Respect is not something which is given or granted. It is something which is earned through one's own strength of character. Now, you might have heard a lot of such quotes everywhere, and there is a degree of truth in them. But what they fail to convey is that gaining someone's respect is not as important as maintaining it. That's right, respect is not as difficult to gain as it is to maintain. And that's why, in today's video, I present you with 5 proven ways of gaining as well as maintaining the respect of any woman. So, click the like and subscribe buttons right now and let's begin. Number 1. Hide your weaknesses. Within the Mac Tactic seduction circle of Jean Cortez, we always advise people to never ever showcase their weaknesses in front of a girl. If there is something in your life that you don't like or something which is more or less of a weakness in your character, then hide it and never talk about it in front of her. If you are, let's say, worried about your finances, then no matter how bad the situation gets, always appear as a person who is financially stable and never go weeping about your financial problems. Many guys think that showing your weaker side is going to attract women by gaining their sympathy because all those feminist wimps out there preach this bullshit. But in reality, you might gain her temporary sympathy, but you will lose your respect since you would spoil your image in front of her and paint yourself as a crybaby hungry for sympathy and attention. Always remember what the Spartans used to say. A true gladiator hides his wounds of pain by showing the glory of his wins. He hides his broken arm by holding the severe head of his enemy in his good hand. Number 2. Use storytelling sequences. Storytelling is one of the best ways of setting yourself up as a powerful and dominant individual. If you craft a believable story about your past, listing your achievements and struggles that you overcame, then you will end up gaining more respect in the eyes of your desired woman. Keep in mind that these storytelling sequences can be totally fictional, or they can be based on your actual past, but told in such a way that it makes small events look like big achievements. For example, if you had a sales job in your past and after a while of struggling, you ended up becoming a good performer, then you can say something like, "You know what, when I used to work as a salesperson at the XYZ company, everybody underestimated my capabilities and they were like, oh, this guy is not good enough. I know he won't last a month over here." And those guys at the HR were especially rude towards me. But do you know what happened in the end? I did struggle for a while to understand the markets, but once I picked up the pace, I became one of the top performing salespeople of the firm, producing 76.58% more results than the average. And that's it. Now you might have been a good performing employee of that company, and you might have produced acceptable results. But saying that you were one of the top performers and putting that number of producing 76.58% more results than the average makes all of this sound like a big deal, even if in reality it wasn't such a big deal. And also notice how you appear as a hero over here who overcame the criticisms of the negative elements. Nobody might have underestimated your capabilities, but just saying this dramatizes the story without making it sound unbelievable. And you didn't even lie to her. You just presented a modified version of reality to set yourself up as the alpha. Always remember that the goal is not just to be the alpha, it is to look and behave like the alpha as well. Number 3. Respect her. Now this is pretty much obvious since you have to give respect to earn it, but you will be surprised to hear how many students come to our tactical attraction training seminars who believe that for being the alpha and being seductive, you have to be toxic or disrespectful. Guys, this is just not true. While it is true that you sometimes have to repel the woman to make her attracted to you, but you don't have to be repulsive all the time, especially not in the beginning when you are just working towards establishing healthy rapport with her. It is also true that we teach stuff about gaslighting, ghosting and devaluing, but it is equally important to remember that you don't have to use these techniques all the time. Remember that psychological seduction happens when you take the woman through a thrill ride of emotional ups and downs, making her feel good, while also keeping her on a leash by conveying that all the positive feelings can go away in a flash if she doesn't behave herself. And in order to achieve such a state, you have to start with the emotional ups and make her feel positive and respected. This can be done very easily by doing little things for her, like opening doors or holding her hand while walking up and down the stairs, showing her that you care for her. So, do respect her and make her feel cared for, but also remember not to overdo it since it can make you appear as a simp. Therefore, maintain a healthy balance. And to know more about it, Watch the video on the psychology of ignoring someone you love by visiting our channel or clicking on the I button above. Moving on, we have number 4. Don't chase. Chasing is when you are showcasing your attraction towards the woman and conveying to her that you feel attracted to her. Let me tell you that she doesn't give a shit about you being attracted to her. Only thing women care about is how they feel when they are with someone. And once they get to know that you are trying to get them, it's game over, since then the rejection mechanism of the female mind becomes active and instantly judges you based on like 50 different criteria and automatically rejects you before you even make a move. So, it's essential to hide your intentions and never appear as a chaser in front of the girl. Watch our video on how to approach women to know more about this, and keep in mind that being a wolf under the sheep's clothing is essential for manipulating a girl psychologically. Number 5. Never simp. I don't even need to tell you about this one. Everyone knows that being a simp and sacrificing your self-respect for gaining the attention of a woman is never a good thing to do. So, don't beg for any girl's attention and never tolerate being ignored or being disrespected. If she asks you to do something that you don't want to do or something that goes against your own interest, then learn to say no to her and don't bother about her being mad at you. Just ignore her if she gets mad and act nonchalant, because you are an independent individual who has the right to say no. And that's it. These were the 5 proven ways of not only gaining but maintaining your respect in the eyes of your girl and keeping your relationship as well as your dominant status alive. Now, if you want to learn more about the darkest secrets of the female mind and learn about the proven, time-tested method of seducing any girl of your choice, then go ahead and click on the first link in the description below, because that link will take you to a detailed video lecture about tactical attraction hosted by my friend Brandon, who will introduce you to our benchmark tactic called the 3 magic word formula, which is powerful enough to turn any girl into your own emotional slave. So, hurry up and click on the first link in the description right now and change your dating life forever.